Cut.
Good.
Okay, that's it. Gentlemen, that is a wrap. How were you? Whoa. Thank you very much. Now you've got yours.
No, I don't think a person can live without a philosophy. What is philosophy? Philos in Greek means friend or love. Love and friend are synonymous. And the study is any aphi is the study of. So it's a study of love. And to have a philosophy is to know how to love and to know where to put it.
Under-acknowledged and underappreciated in the main sphere of film discussion, John Cassavetes is a filmmaker whose approach to filmmaking and financing was comparable to no other American contemporaries. Funding his projects with money from studio acting gigs to relying on the kindness of others, Cassavetes' earliest pictures were the culmination of filmmaking passion and determination.
Something alive about films that says, I resist you. The film itself resists, and it says to you, you think you're going to do this, but I'm going to do something else. And I'm not telling you what I'm going to do.
Cassavetes' first picture, Shadows, was shot using actors and actresses who responded to a call ad out of the newspaper. The film discusses race in America through what would become Cassavetes' trademark of improvised scenes and a jazz-like plot. The project was shot without permits, lighting, or permission, mainly on the city streets of New York City.
We didn't have any equipment, we didn't have a dolly, and we had all this movement, so we used long lenses, and at that time, and photographing in the street because we couldn't afford a studio or couldn't afford even to go inside someplace.
Despite not garnering much box office success, Shadows won the 1960s Critics Award at the Venice Film Festival, and has since been remembered as the film that motivated Martin Scorsese to make his own debut.
That made it possible for us to pick up a camera, literally pick it up, and go to a room like this and light it somehow, knowing that we were going to blow the fuses in about an hour, but still light it and shoot, and work with your actors and improvise work. And it was really, it gave us the ability to be insane, to be crazy enough to say, oh my God, we are making a film, we're going to do it.
On top of all this, though, it allowed Cassavetes to now be known as a director, and after a short stunt of small studio films, Cassavetes returned to his roots for his self-financed character picture, Faces. The film follows a failing marriage and is a milestone in the career of Cassavetes, as he displays various trademarks such as loose, observational camera work, simplistic lighting, and most notably, his approach to the craft of directing actors.
John was really a writer. He was a born writer. He wrote every day of his life. And he told great stories. I never understood a word he was saying when he was a director. And he did it deliberately. And the reason he did it was because he was afraid that if you understood what he said, you would translate it into a cliche. He did not trust words. He felt all words were an oversimplification. So that when you're talking about attitude, and you're talking about behavior, and you're talking about an emotional energy, and you put them all together, and you try to reduce that to words, you inevitably end up with a oversimplification.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Now, if Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where is the peck of pickled peppers Peter picked? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter picked? Huh?
Like all of Cassavetes' work, the following decade of his directing career encapsulated films all independently produced and collaborated on by close friends and family. His 1974 film, A Woman Under the Influence, often cited as his masterpiece, starred his wife, Gina Rowlands.
I have 5 points in it. I figured it out, and it's for me. Thus, 1 is love. 2 is friendship. And 3 is comfort. And 4 is I'm a good mother, Nicky.
Mabel, I love you.
Huh? I belong to you. That's it. Those are my 5 points.
That's okay.
I have 5 points.
From his fourth film, all the way until his last in his brief career, he never strayed away from the themes and methods of film production he had been known for. His evasions of disingenuous depictions, from purposefully muddled communication to his fluid camera work, so fluid in fact that on multiple films he allowed various members of the crew to operate the camera if they claimed to think of a better shot. Cassavetes was an auteur, but one that valued the collaborative process, and above all else, valued people.
And to have a philosophy is to know how to love and to know where to put it. Because you can't put it everywhere. You walk around, you got to be a minister or a priest saying, yes, my son, or yes, my daughter, bless you. But people don't live that way. They live with anger and hostility and problems and lack of money, lack of, tremendous disappointments in their life. So what they need is a philosophy. What everybody needs is a way to say, where and how can I love? Can I be in love so that I can live? So that I can live with some degree of peace, And I guess every picture we've ever done has been in a way to try to find some kind of philosophy for the characters in the film, And so that's why I have a need for the characters to really analyze love, discuss it, kill it, destroy it, hurt each other, do all that stuff in that war, in that word polemic and picture polemic of what life is. And the rest of the stuff really doesn't interest me. It may interest other people, but I have one-track mind. That's all I'm interested in, is love.